Hello and welcome to Las Vegas. We are here in the Gen 4. And you know what? I blinked and a year went by and they took my dang ARCA car away. Can you believe that? Now all we got here is the is the Gen 4 car. They took the darn ARCA car away and put that new one in here. What's up with that? No, but for real, I have been paying attention. I know we got the new car, which is actually pretty cool. I'm excited to give that a try. I want to give it a try here soon, but it looks like it's got some netcode issues going on right now or something. I might wait until that gets sorted out. So for now, we've got some good old Gen 4, which theoretically is going to change here before too long as well, as they put a proper Gen 4 in. But for now, it's that classic ARCA body that we're all so classically familiar with. So, yeah, elephant in the room. I was gone a year. It happens, you know. It was just real life, unfortunately, got in the way for a while. And, unfortunately, real life doesn't involve me driving any real cars, sadly.
Green flag, green flag.
But we're back here driving some virtual cars. Got the itch again. And, I'll probably not have all the free time I wish I had to race like I want, but I've got some time here on a Thursday evening, and that's what counts. And speaking of what counts, we're going to go a little easier on lap 1 here qualifying, because I think lap 2 is where it's going to matter. I found that kind of want to get the tires up to temp first, and then go all out in the second lap, so I guess I'll focus in, see what we can do.
P3, you're currently 0.3 off the pace. That last lap was at 30.4.
I don't know if I hit that quite like I wanted. I wanted to get a little lower, I think, on the track. But maybe a little higher is okay.
The guy behind has just done a 30.6. The car in front has just posted a 30.3. New fastest lap for East, 29.8.
Ooh, I almost brushed the wall. I'm going to cut down here and get ourselves a 29.9. I'll definitely take that, getting into the 29s. I'm obviously a little rusty. It's kind of hard to take a year off about just about anything and not be a little rusty. I guess maybe like riding a bike. You could probably do that, but I don't know, I haven't tried it. Have you? You tried taking a year off riding a bike? Do you forget? No, has anyone ever tested this hypothesis? That you never forget how to ride a bike or whatever? Whatever. We're not riding bikes here. We're driving race cars. We've got Larry pacing here, so we won't be winning. is the common joke there. But I didn't expect to anyway. It's just trying to get my feet under me again. I did do a couple races to get back into the swing of things. I really wanted to focus on my driving and not yapping at the same time, making sure I remembered how to do this, and
The officials don't like the way you're driving. Your lap times will be
you know,
deleted
didn't
until
go
you
out
exit
here
the
wrecking
car and
people
try
while I'm
again.
yapping about something stupid.
Left front, 195.
And you know,
Right, 2, 33.
little bits
Left
of
right, 2,
things I need to remember, but the
18.
equipment all
Rear
still
right,
works.
2, 26.
Able to get on pit road there, which hopefully we'll have to do during the race. Hopefully we'll get some green flag pit stops. That'd be a lot of fun. P3 starting spot wouldn't be so bad. We do have a single split, unfortunately. 29 car field here. And we've got everything from Larry's 9,000 I rating to the 29 car's 500. So that's something that's going to happen. We also have, I think, only 2 sets of tires. And an 80 laps we're going to want to conserve. And I know I've traditionally been not very good at that, so I'm really going to try to focus on being easy with my inputs, because we might need those tires to last.
How's the racing been tonight?
As for the guys around us, we got, of course, got Larry, like I said, 9,000 I rating, 4,500 here for the number 3. I'm at 5.7k. Pardon me, sir. We've got, yeah, I've got 5.7k. I actually left a year ago with 5.8, but my return races you know, I didn't have any incidents, 0x so far, but you know, just remembering how to do it. I had some very low strength of field races because you know I can only ever race late at night. And I finished third, fourth, and third in the 3 races I did, but they were really low strength of field, so I probably should have won those races, you know, according to I rating or whatever. And I did not do that, possibly because, you know, I'm just kind of taking it a little easy. I'm not trying to do anything too crazy while I'm still remembering how this works and getting comfortable again. So, you know, not pushing things too hard, and got to remember how to save tires and everything too. So lots of remembering.
Okay, but what about the hidden shit?
Back on. Session last lap ready. This here is a 1.7 strength of field. You know, right here, 1787.
Anyone know? I know okay is like,
which, considering Larry Pace has 9,000,
move around the shit that's hidden,
probably doing a lot of heavy lifting there. You know, the top 3 of us got pretty good
I didn't
numbers.
know you could do that when the flag is up.
I didn't look that closely at what everybody has, but
just like the flags and all that stuff. How do I?
yeah, Larry was hoping for a split. Brutal swing the field. Yeah, it really is. It's just what I was talking about. I agree. Hopefully you get some green in. I said to him, good to see a familiar name after taking a year off. I wasn't sure how many people I would recognize. You know, you leave for a year's a long time. You leave and come back, and maybe some other people have taken extended breaks from racing and whatnot. So you don't know if you're going to see too many familiar names, but Larry showed up, and I'm like, hey, I know that name. I finished behind that name a lot. So,
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
good old iRacing.
Waiting on the
It's all
final
coming
car
back to
grid.
me.
There are 2.
There are some things I
for this race. Be smooth and have a good
I don't
run.
recognize,
Everyone
though. You know, there's some new calls, like on the radio, the crew chief saying some stuff I've never heard him say before.
Okay, rolling starts. We need to follow
Stuff
car
like
number
that.
1 in the inside column.
As for the driving, though, at least for the Gen 4, it doesn't feel too crazy different.
Race
Doesn't
car
seem like
speed
too
is
much has changed
43
here.
miles
I'm sure
per
they're
hour.
going to have all the big changes whenever the new Gen 4 body comes in, which I've heard is coming. They've got a super speedway body and a regular speedway body, both scanned, I think I heard, which will be really cool. So that way we can actually touch the bumper of other cars, maybe like on the super speedways or something, for bump draft and not just everyone die immediately.
buddy. Sorry, that was my best chance.
Also super looking
Somebody
forward to
I was in
NASCAR
there,
25
in
being
the race
created
earlier
by
than
iRacing.
yesterday, and that actually happened.
very
and
well
you
be
just see
the,
disconnect. I'm like, oh, bro.
first really good console NASCAR game in a very long time,
3B, we take
which
those.
would be awesome. Looks
Good
like we
luck,
could
guys.
start from second gear and pretty much flat-foot it.
mean.
So we got some low RPMs here. Hopefully the audio levels are okay. I know some other guys are talking right now. Hopefully they're not too loud or going over my voice. I'll get all the details and stuff sorted out once I listen back to this. I did a practice recording.
About to go green.
Everything sounded
Stay
okay, but you
focused.
know. But anyway, gotta focus up right now. We're about to get started. Following Brad Keselowski here,
Okay,
Both cars
Colton,
off.
you ready?
who I associate with the Phoenix Racing scheme, or
Go,
Green
nail
flag,
it.
green
I
flag.
think that's whose that scheme is.
Car outside. Still there. The next car's the leader.
We are able to get P2 there. He was really trying to pinch me away. I don't think he liked how good of a start I got. But I had my nose there, I believe. And like I said, we are going to try to save some tire. See what happens. I would say watch Larry, see how he's doing it, but a lot of times he's able to do some stuff I'm not quite able to do. And that was always the case even when I wasn't out of practice. I know he employs a lot of the brake dragging. I was never quite able to get the hang of that. Maybe I can work on that eventually, but Not gonna mess with that now. I'm probably gonna use a tiny bit of brake on entry.
God damn, 60.
Go easy on the throttle. Get back into it. Hopefully that wasn't too aggressive. For good old Ricky Craven there in the Tide car, starting P2. I know I stuck my nose down there, but I felt like I was there. Had a really good start. Now you could tell he really did not want to give it to me. But I don't think I was overly aggressive. It's not like I went down on the apron. I just kind of followed Larry through and asserted myself, even though he didn't not necessarily want to let that go. I'm sure it's all going to be to my detriment here in a minute whenever we get a yellow and I have to start on the outside front row. Or we do single file in this series, don't we? Of course, that could have changed in a year, but I think I remember we do single file, so maybe that won't be the case. Maybe we'll be single file and we'll be fine. Again, it's stuff like that. Like, I haven't even been watching iRacing videos and stuff the past year. Ooh, as we get kind of loose there. Don't want to do that much. I haven't even been watching iRacing videos. I kind of just took a big long break from it. As again, life stuff came up and kind of focused on other hobbies for a bit. And just had a lot more work to do. Like real life work. Which again, unfortunately, is not racing race cars in real life. So, not quite as fun, but, you know, gotta pay the bills and whatnot. It looks like the 4 is going a little bit faster right now. You could very well be saving just fine. And still be faster than us.
That was scary.
So it might not be that he's blowing his tires off. He's just better at being fast and saving his stuff. Might have to just let him go when he gets here, because I am just really focused on trying not to burn off my right front, because I really do not want this car to get tight. I don't want to get too loose on the exit either, though. Get that tire spin, so we can have runs out the corner. So I don't want that necessarily either. So I'm just trying to be easy. Larry's driving away, and I don't expect him to fall off. But I'm not going to try to keep up with him and ruin my long run, because I'm pretty sure I've done that before. Just going to run my pace here, see if I can't keep a consistent run. And we're green so far, by the way, which is awesome. Thought we might get some quick cautions because of some of the lower I ratings we had. And in fact, we have such a wide spread of I ratings that can cause some issues on their own as well. A couple not so great corners there. I think we might just be having some natural fall off. And bear with me here as I get used to doing commentary again. Hopefully I'm not too
Sorry, whoever that was.
clunky or awkward about it. Gotta get back into the swing of things. Again, I don't think I'm going to be able to record and race as often, unfortunately, but hopefully when I do race I'll be able to record it and keep it saved for future reference, which I always enjoy. I like being able to look back at my races. It's the main reason I do it. Ooh, is that... I thought I saw a blink. That wasn't me, was it? Oh, I think it was just the lap car, the 29, showing up on the relative. I thought for a second my internet blinked. Which might happen. Sometimes have some internet oddities going on where I am. So far so good, I think. Gonna do some... continue doing our little bit of Drake brag. Drake brag? Yeah, bear with me. Again, this commentary, Jesus. Brake drag as we enter the corner. Hopefully get some rotation. Got my brake bias as low as it'll go in the garage. I think you can get another 3.
Thank you for the meatball. Thank you so much for the meatball.
I think we can get another 3 lower in the in-car adjustment, but I didn't bother doing that. I think the 60% brake bias should be sufficient for what we're doing here. Only using a tiny bit, so
Thanks, 26. I don't know what the fuck you were.
we've got some sarcasm, I think, going on back there. Some sarcastic thanks going on. Ooh, we're getting really loose on the exit. I might have to be even more gentle with my throttle through the center of the corner, because we are getting some oversteer, for sure. Be a little more patient as we go through the corners. We're doing alright though. I mean, Larry's driving away, but if we pretend he didn't exist for a second, this is looking pretty good. We've been able to maintain the gap behind us, at least for now. I do think that guy's probably still going to catch us. We'll see. He's kind of hanging out around half a second back. And we're just about to get through with 14 laps of green racing, which is awesome. I know we just barely have enough fuel to make it past halfway, so I think we're just going to want to go,
You've just done at 31.6.
I guess, as long as possible, especially with the strength of field like we have here. I think you probably want to go as long as possible, because that isn't necessarily that long anyway, and if you've got 500 iRacing guys trying to make green flag pit stops, there's a lot of inexperience there, most likely, and you could run into some issues. Wow, okay, slid the whole exit there. That was a terrible slide. Gonna lose a lot of momentum down the front stretch. Guy behind's catching a little bit. I feel like that's just operator error, though. I feel like maybe if I am not so rusty, I catch those slides a little bit better, can hang with it. Because we're not too bad right now.
That was at 31.7.
Handling's trending looser, but not unmanageable by any means. This guy catches me and gets alongside. I will probably just file in. Man, there was another slide out of the corner there. Fortunately, I think my right rear might be in a little bit of trouble. Just a little bit. At least compared to what I should have, I think. Thinking probably the guys around me have some better drive off than I do. We have ourselves a yellow. That's awkward timing.
Not one of my better corners.
2 sets of tires.
Caution, pits are closed.
That's very awkward
Good
timing.
racing for a minute, boys.
Because we only have 2 sets of tires. If it goes green at the end, you're going to want those tires.
Forward, it's fucking
If it does
absolutely-
not go
it's kinda-
green to the
it's
end.
literally the funnest thing I've drove in a while.
You're going to wish you had some
Dude, it's nasty.
spare.
I used
So,
to run the 87s
this is
a lot more
interesting.
until this come out.
I think we're going to
Pit road
follow
safe.
Larry.
83, checking it.
I think he's probably going to be
Yeah, this is literally
well
the first time I ever
educated
drove this shit.
on
It's like all over.
What
it
to do
reminds me
here?
of the Gen 6 or
Has the
the
experience.
Gen 6 Cup car back in the day. That's when I first joined.
I don't think there's no perfect decision here because you can't predict the future, but
Oh yeah, 100%.
the experience says
Watch your speed limit in the pits. Pit lane speed limit is
take
50
some tires.
miles
All
per
right,
hour.
that's what we'll do. It's like Dale Jr. always says, he wants to be on the offensive. He wants to have the fresh tires.
I got bored of Homestead, to be honest with you.
Not a bad idea. Get some fuel in this thing too.
3,
Well, the fact that we have more cautions than that,
right
and this
here.
shit is all over the place, is mind-boggling.
Almost slid a little too far. 87, 83. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely on that right rear.
97%.
So we'll be a little more gentle, I think.
In my opinion, this is one of the best series racing.
That's it, go.
Oh. Well, me not being ready. It's kind of ugly,
Like,
but it's not like it hurts.
87 still all the same
For some reason, I
guy.
didn't notice the left side of the car go up, so I wasn't quite ready for it to launch.
But
Me
it means you can
daydreaming.
get the guy
Sandy's
out.
probably my favorite.
So we don't have enough fuel to make it to the end by any means.
We'll need to add 10.3 gallons.
I did not take tires, so I'm just gonna roll the bottom here.
The pace
We
car is
got a
in.
no
Turn
tire
three.
call up in
I mean,
front.
you gonna roll on the bottom? Yeah, I'm just gonna stay bottom because you guys are fucking blow right by me.
At least he knows what's up.
I'm trying to take it easier. The 2 races before,
I
that
can't
was my
blame him for
problem,
wanting
making
to
my
save a
tires
set,
last
you know what I
on
mean?
long run.
I can't blame him at all because we might be desperately wishing we had that later.
I only did because everybody in front of me did.
I think Mike Wallace also drove that.
It's the one I got
That
wrecked
scheme.
in, and I was in third,
some
and we all
point.
pitted at lap 12.
I just
Didn't really want
associate it
to,
with
but then I
Brad
got
Keselowski
miles
because of
back
the.
and,
You'll be lining
got
up
ready.
on the
We'll resume
inside.
at the end of this lap.
What?
The last 2 races I were in,
Why am I
we
behind
ran
the
with no
6 car?
cautions. It says at lap 40 and lap 60.
Oh, it is double file. Man.
Yeah, I've ran 3 of these
Lame.
that have gone green the whole way.
Oh,
And every time they've gone
I
green...
guess it's the 87s that does a single file, isn't it? Man, now we got stuck behind a guy with no tires. This sucks.
for the new ARCA car, make it a little
Again,
bit
not his
longer
fault,
races where you got strategy.
Oh, this could get scary.
Open setups.
He knows what situation he's in, so hopefully he
I thought
will
the
be careful on
Mustang,
the
I like
throttle
it.
as well.
Yeah, if they had like a D class, like open and fixed, that'd be sick.
This could be very treacherous though. So we're gonna be gripping the wheel tight here as we go back green.
Yeah, because I bet people could put some nasty ass setups together to where you're
Heading to lap
fast as
22 of this 80 lap race.
Oh yeah, I'm in a league, dude. We run 28 there.
Definitely gonna leave a little bit of space though.
Get
shit.
ready,
Later,
going green.
didn't take tires, so watch for tire spin, guys. These things are. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Come
cut
on,
this
Jimmy Johnson.
White line here, just in
You
case.
got this. Keep a steady line.
Pace car is
Race
in.
car has just left.
Green flag,
let's
green
go.
flag. Car outside. Stay low. There is a car on the high side.
Trapped.
The next car's the leader.
Now leading.
Clear high. Inside.
Okay, just gonna be careful. Don't need to do anything crazy.
Clear inside.
Holy smokes, that guy is ready to go. Saw him getting big in my rear view mirror.
Car number 4, their rating is 3.5.
Or, she maybe? Dahlia? Oh, I apologize, I don't know
Back in third.
one way or the other.
83.0.
Either way, they were really ready to go through the entry of that corner, and I was
Hey,
ready
my
to say
bad.
tire.
Whoever I got into, got this dude underneath me. It's just wild.
Ford looking like he maybe wants to take the fight to Larry. Hopefully that
Thanks
makes
for not running me over though, boys.
makes them have to push a little bit, because I'm sure Larry doesn't want to necessarily lose the track position. But I think that Ford wants to lead some laps. So we've got some contrasting
That was,
game
30.8.
plans here
Guy behind
in front of
just
us.
done a 30.7.
And I think we've got
Oh, thanks for not coming back up
Dale
the track.
Earnhardt
Lord,
and
keep
that
in.
colorful scheme
What
behind
the
us.
fuck,
That's that
25?
colorful Dale Earnhardt scheme.
Sorry, it was a little hot.
Got them behind us.
Oh,
Looking like they might want to go a little bit faster as well.
Been a big crash there. My thumb, don't touch it.
Why am I catching these guys? What's happening here?
The next car's
I think
the leader.
Larry's going real hard on the tire saving, because we did have to use that set of tires. So if we have to end up using,
All right, Colton. the
getting
next
another
car is
caution,
car number 1, and their rating
we're going
is
to want those
9.7.
tires to be serviceable. Ford gets his wish though, leads a
Yellow
lap.
tires, 30.9.
I don't know if if I really want more people to get in front of me, though.
Outside. Keep low.
That's fine.
Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Still there. Hold your line.
E4.
Stay low.
This is scary. These guys are not saving as much as I want to be saving right now, so I'm letting them go.
Keep low.
But it does not feel good being in the bee's nest. The beehive. I always say bee's
Outside is
nest.
clear.
Something never changed.
Outside.
But in the beehive.
Still there. Hold your line. Still there.
Okay.
Keep low.
I'm on old tires, go low.
Keep low.
On that apron.
Back in
Got a
third.
little bit
Keep
loose there.
Keep low.
31.0.
Clear.
I don't want to clear Kurt Busch there. What if we...
Inside.
Thank you, Jacob.
Keep high.
get around Larry, get some track position here. So he has to pass us later, maybe?
31.0.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Still there at the bottom. Clear.
Alright, yeah, let's do that. Now we back it down a little bit. Take it easier on throttle. Just so hopefully later Larry has a little bit of trouble having to pass us. Ooh, it's entering harder than I wanted to. Big headache. Okay, backs off. I feel like he's messing with me, trying to get me to overdrive. I'm a little bit nervous about racing against people that probably did take a year-long break because I feel like I'm going to make dumb mistakes from being rusty. Well, where they'll be more precise in comparison, you know? We'll see how much the 4 falls off. He didn't really fall off much behind us, I don't think. He kind of just stayed consistent behind us. I don't think I need to brake as much as I have been entering the corners because my right rear is what got worn out before. So it really wouldn't even hurt to get on the right front a little bit more. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe no brake. Maybe we just kind of coast it in.
That lap was at 31.5.
And maybe we'll have ourselves more even tire wear. Really hope with this this green run continues though. Don't want to have to consider using our second set of tires before we even get halfway. Because if we get a caution here, I think you have to.
31.5.
We have to leave a set in the pits and just take your medicine. Otherwise, you're just completely screwed on a later caution. And I mean, if you're not even halfway through the race, you're making bad gambles in Vegas. You know what happens when you make bad gambles in Vegas.
P2.
Larry might be intentionally driving in hard on entry to get on that right front a little bit more. I remember that being a thing in some of the ARCA car, the old ARCA car races. So that way you could even the tire wear. Don't see why that couldn't be the case in a car that wears the rears even more.
That time was 31.6.
Back.
Inside. Still there. Stay high. There's a car
Car
on the low
getting into
side.
the wall ahead. It's Ricky Bobby.
Stay high. There's a
Oh,
car on
lordy.
the low side. Clear
Backing off
inside.
here so I can give more room to the people's champion over here.
Outside.
By lord, he got really close. That car got way too loud in my right ear. For how low down the track I was. I gave extra space. That's okay though. No harm done. In fact, we were catching this leader. I don't know if the leader had to back off because of that lap car or if he's just falling off.
Come on, man. Come on, Andrew. You got plenty of space up there, man.
Sounds like
What was
Ricky
that,
Bobby
bro?
is indeed causing some troubles for the following cars. Oh wow, there's a lot of space behind us now. I think there's something did happen. I didn't see it, but I'm sure it happened in the rear view mirror.
Like, did he not have room? Did I pinch him? Like, what the fuck happened?
Something happened.
Can't drive. That's literally what you should call it.
Just Ricky Bobby things. Put that on a Hallmark card. Thinking of you, just Ricky Bobby things. Well, I'd like to think I
Sorry,
could
got
take
nice
advantage
quality,
of
like, lap car just gave me no space.
Larry
Very
passing
The active
this guy
is
right now,
ahead
but
is
I'm way
increasing.
too far
It's now
back, so
0.9.
that's not happening.
The next car
Thank
is
you.
Hudson. Car number
Took a little bit of time, I
rating
guess,
is
but
3.5.
I'm kind of happy with how this is going. We might be like the third. Oh,
He's like destroyed my
got it all.
fucking car.
We might be like the third best car.
Is pitting from
The next car's the leader.
Kind of iffy on where we're going to finish in relation to this number 4. But we've got some space behind. I like that. Feel like this is giving me some good reminders of how to save tire and hit consistent laps. Getting my reps back in.
What's crazy is I literally let everyone by in the last car. Fucking killed me.
Coming up on halfway here.
Got some sort of issues happening for the pack. I really hope they don't crash. Because again, that would put us in a very tough strategy position.
Keep it up.
Good
Got
catch,
people
boy.
leaving.
P3.
Both of you got loose.
Feel our right rear getting
Yeah, I love when that tri-oval randomly gets too loose sometimes.
getting achy here again. Getting angry at us. I think we might be in a better spot than the 4 though. I do feel like I might be a little better handling than he is.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
My frames are dropping right now. Is it getting choppy? I don't know. About 80 frames per second or so. Oh, that was a 4-tire slide. A little bit too much speed carried through the corner there, maybe. I know 3 and 4 typically is a little bit slicker than 1 and 2 here.
You've just done a 32.2.
What's happening up ahead, but we got someone literally riding the white line like this is a super speedway. It's kind of interesting. Not sure what's going on. Might have to be very careful getting around this. Ooh, big slide for the 4. We're gonna go around the outside.
Car
Oh
inside.
my god.
Clear inside.
P2.
You have to back off too. That was a bad sequence of events for that poor 4 car, but it will make that pass very easy on us.
Caution. Yellow
And
flag.
a yellow.
Line up. Single file. Pit
Man,
road
it's
is closed
looking
right
good.
now. Catch up.
Next
Six.
car is
Well, you gotta pit now.
File.
because
Car number 6.
we need
Race
fuel
car is
to make
out.
it to the end.
It's closed.
So you might as well take the tires, I guess, and then hope it goes green.
Me, the 7, 8, and the
Race
12
car's
was
in.
having a hell of
Turn
a
2.
race.
Race car speed
Very
is
careful here. I don't know what
miles
this
per hour.
person's going to do on hot tires,
Jetstar 23, car.
what they're doing in general.
Catch up to car number 23.
Letter 23, car
We
by.
need to let car number 23 pass.
Go. Couldn't see him because they're all
Catch up,
camo.
guys.
Catch up to car number
Jetstar
23.
23, car.
And we'll get the fuel we need. We'll get the tires we need.
I feel like I'm in a Mexican restaurant and
It's
they're
all
talking
right.
shit
Race car
behind
is
me.
It's a
in.
shame. Right when we had the long run speed to get past the four,
Hey, man,
would have loved for that to
like me-
continue. And looks like we will not be getting any green flag pit stops
Checking up
tonight.
middle 3 and 4.
Sadly, have to wait a little longer before I can get one of those again.
And Larry,
One of my
you
favorite
passed me
parts of
just in
racing.
time, brother.
This
So
will be
these
a
guys,
crazy shaky here.
I don't think your pit's open, bud.
6, if you
Is
hadn't
it?
got wrecked, you'd be in the cat
Watch your
bird
speed
seat.
limit.
You got
in
extra
pits.
tires.
The leader, Peace, is pitting.
Okay, well,
Okay,
we're
Colton.
gonna
Yeah, I
put
know, but I'm,
everything on
I
his
mean,
back,
I'm a
I
lucky
guess.
dog, so it's fine. But still, dude. He killed me for no reason.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
All right, 77, 75. That was better. I like
Right
that.
front,
I think that's a pretty good
77%.
balance.
Front left, 95.
A little more even than it was last time. I think I'm pretty happy with the approach we're taking.
Now able to bump people in the pit? You are out of tires. They want you in single file.
Then you guys
It's not
take
close
care.
on fuel or anything, so we're all good there.
Jetstar 23, car.
I'm taking on another caution.
I can't hear what anyone's saying, by the way. I am not
To
paying
catch
any
Colton.
The other
attention.
thing about it, man, we've had some long runs, so you never know. I've been bit both ways.
Just bits and
I
pieces.
think it's going
Turn
green.
3.
We have any people?
I think there's enough people who didn't take tires.
Yes, we do have people.
Jetstar 1, car.
I'm really
Tires.
surprised the biggest field we ain't had
Jetstar
more wrecks,
23,
and we've had
car.
some long
Full course
runs.
yellow. Pits are open.
Pasta 20,
Okay.
car.
Yeah, I think the field's too big to not take tires, so you get 20th spot with 10 to go.
Not sure why the 23 is where he is right now. They're gonna send him to the back, I'm pretty sure, right?
Translate that. Negative.
One to go. Next
Yeah.
time by. Line up on the outside.
Going
Pasta
green next time
23, car.
Oh, he's down low there. He will be the outside.
Apparently you can't read either. He's not supposed to be lining up there.
Pasta 23, car.
And what they are doing. Pretty sure they pit at the wrong time too. This could be a very, very scary restart. We got old tires in front of us. In fact, one of the guys, the guy directly in front of me, 500.
Dude, front row cars, both have
Tire rating.
old tires. Be careful, fellas. Please don't run us over.
Yeah, and watch out for tire spin, you guys too.
Yeah, be aware on the start, boys.
Friendly
Keep
reminder,
following that, you
because
can
we got a
take
500 iRating guy directly in front of me.
Yeah, I couldn't take tires here. It did me too much. I just stay out.
Again, I can't blame
Yeah,
him
that's why I'm starting in 50.
for wanting to save a set of tires. However, in a situation like that, I would probably put myself in
Yeah,
the
make
back.
sure you're in first.
So,
Get ready. Going green.
oh god, I'm very perturbed. We are perturbed here in
Race car
Vegas.
is off.
Shake things up. Here we go.
Green flag.
Green,
we're
green,
racing.
green. You're up top, 3 wide. The next car's the leader. Inside, 2 wide. Clear.
Call that a
Holy
good
cow,
restart.
that dog's a bullet.
The yellow flag is out.
Watch out.
They want you in single file. Pit road
Man, that
closed.
dude went
Catch
right
the
in front of
pace
me.
car.
Caution. It's closed.
Did what we had to do. I felt like I just had to get by him as
That
quick as
rebooted my
possible.
pacemaker.
Jetstar 29, car.
Hey, I was just watching all the cars in front of me go zigzag,
Base car
zigzag.
speed is 61 miles per hour. The base car is in. Turn 2.
Race around, guys. Race around. Let's go.
So we'll get
Gonna
the
make a
pace
full
car.
replay.
Yeah, I mean, I hit the guy in front of me, but I had nowhere to go. That was a crazy ass hold up.
Well,
That's
kind of
why,
like
like, if
fucking-
I'm gonna save a set of tires like that, I just put myself in the back,
Roads open.
because that extra set's not gonna serve you very well if you get run over by the field and get a destroyed race car. You're not gonna be putting that set of tires on later. Anyway. Got Kevin Harvick in front of us. Fortunately got some damage, looking like they're having a rough race. We'll be the control car here. That's kind of neat. Wonder how aggressive Larry's going to want to be, if he wants the track position or what. If we get a wreckfest on every restart toward the end, though, could be working in our favor.
29.
The pit road is closed right now.
Certainly don't mind wasting some laps since we have to run the rest of this race on this set of tires.
23 got the lucky dog. Let them past on the outside.
Can't be in much of a better position than this, though.
Left
With
arm
about 30 to
23,
go.
Car by.
I tell you what, it's a bummer being a high I rating sometimes, according to my Race Lab screen, which unfortunately you can't see, but Larry, if he were to finish second, would lose 1 I rating. So he literally, in order to gain I rating this race, he has to win. It really stinks being a low car number sometimes. And that's what happens when you get in these 1.7K strength of field races and stuff. But it's all about having fun anyway. Harvick will get the wave around here. Take our spot in the lead position. I don't know if we have the restart rules or whatever
1 to go. Next time by. Line up on the inside.
in this series or not, where you have to maintain the speed until the restart zone. I'm not sure if it is there or not. Probably still gonna be somewhat reasonable about the start anyway. I'm gonna try my best to win this thing, but I'm not gonna wreck myself trying to outperform my abilities here, especially given this is my first race back and recording in a year. Though again, I did get those other races in, practice races. I did one of this combo, I did 2 of the 87s at Rockingham, which is very fun. I really enjoy that combo. I stunk the first time I did it. I killed the tires. Forgot just how much you have to save tires in that series. And second time around I did better though. We'll see what we can do here. 28 to go, coming up.
You have control.
Oh, we do have the
Lead until
rules.
the
Okay.
restart zone. Then go. Green, green, green. You're in first.
It was in the restart zone, right? Alright, I was a little worried I'd get a black flag there. Well, Larry wants track position now, I see. I'm not gonna give it to him that easy.
Below average, watch yourself.
Keep high. Still inside. The next car's the leader. Keep high.
I think our only shot is if we keep this track position,
Keep high.
because he's better than I am at tire saving for sure. So we're gonna hold on to this,
Inside.
make him at least use his tires for now as he tries to get the spot.
You're in first. car down low. Go high. Stay high. Clear inside.
You might have had to check up there for that car on the apron. It might have been making him nervous. So we'll back it down now. We'll watch his approach. If he starts to fight us, I think we fight him off again. But we fight when necessary.
The lap time was at 30.6.
Putting his nose down there. Right there.
Car in front is 2 laps behind.
We are managing this race right now. Kind of feel like I'm aero blocking almost. We don't really have much aero in this series here, but kind of mirror driving, right? Which makes me what you call annoying. But I'm just trying to do what I can do here. He's gonna get up right on our rear end and make us loose. Unless that was all placebo. We have a lap car coming up.
Clear inside.
Yikes.
That last lap was at 30.8.
Car outside. Clear. Car inside.
Okay.
Still inside.
Fight him off here.
Still there, inside. Clear. Car inside. Still inside.
This is not a good spot for us because I feel like he can save his stuff a lot better down there than I can taking that second lane. And that's probably just hoping I'm gonna do, is wear my stuff up trying to fight him off.
That lap was at 31.0.
He's already better off the corner.
Inside. Still there at the bottom. Caution, yellow flag. Line up, single file. Pit road,
We
inside
will
right now.
maintain the
Catch up,
lead
28
for now.
Can, boys.
Catch the pace car. Catch up, 13 car.
That's what we wanted, maintain the track position.
Race car speed is 82 miles per hour.
This really sucks if we got guys coming up with fresh tires though.
Well, I don't have nothing for Colton or Larry, but if I can get a top 5 with no incidents, I can move with it.
Hopefully Larry wasn't saying anything to me. I had the chat muted. If he was saying,
Start
hey,
inning
you
3,
dummy,
pick up.
quit driving like a moron. I'm Mr. Magooing my way around the track thinking I'm driving perfectly fine. We all have sets of tires, right? Haha, funny, funny. Good joke. Really, the way I have to approach this right now is like a chess match. I just have to think about when I'm pushing and when I'm not. I don't want him to get around me, but I don't want to wear my tires off. I'm kind of playing this middle ground right now. I think he'll probably be able to get me on this restart, unfortunately. I feel like he's probably got better tires. I don't know. I feel like it's really going to show up on the restart around these first couple corners, and he might be able to get around me. We'll fight, though. Maybe get some quick... Oh my God, he cut that close for no reason. Maybe we'll get some quick cautions. See what happens. I don't know what the green-white checkered goals are for this.
Right.
Hopefully I'm leaving room. I was being a little bit more aggressive than I might usually be in these corners because I'm kind of running that second lane. So I'm kind of
That was a good race, man.
not giving as much room as maybe I would
Yeah,
normally
1K an hour
around the
too
corners,
fast.
but I am racing for the win here, so
So, 17, I don't know who did it, but somebody made
we have
while
to
putting in the
test
wall.
tire
Not the
spin.
wall hit you. Just watch the replay.
We're going to try that here in a second. Second gear, you wouldn't think there would be much of it. Excuse me. But, especially when the revs start getting high, and especially in this car, could happen where we get some tire spin. So we'll test that out right now.
Somehow in that short run, I used more percentage off my
There we
tyres
go.
than I did the whole run before. What's going on? Those
Yeah, it
tyres
wasn't
were
bad at
awful
all.
after that restart.
One to go. Next time by, you'll be lining up on the inside.
Alright, hopefully get ourselves a good launch again. Felt like I had an okay launch last time. I don't know about good. Maybe grade it like a B-. Kind of hard to tell if you're in the restart zone sometimes. It's not like I'm in VR or anything and can look to my right. I can do this. Whoa! Look at me looking to the right. I would kind of prefer to focus on the road ahead. We have 17 to go here. Wonder how my tires are doing. They'll cool off here, which is great. Could help us out a little bit. I don't want to give up the track position, that's for sure. So we'll see how much we can keep it.
Back in this thing, Kyle.
Alright,
You
here we
have
go.
control. Maintain the pace
Race
speed
car is
until
just
the
like-
I
restart
got
zone.
screwed when
Then
he got
go.
locked down on that caution at one time.
Green, green, green.
Alright, I'm happy with that. Oh wow, he got a good run through 1 and 2. I feel like I almost flat-footed that. He still got a good run through 1 and 2. He's going, I can tell. He's carrying a lot of speed through 3 and 4 there. He's going to get a run. He's going to go to our high side, isn't he?
Lap behind.
I can tell.
Outside.
That lap time was
Clear outside.
32.6.
Outside.
Go to the end. Dang.
Still there.
I thought about blocking, but that just felt gross. I don't like
Clear
blocking.
high.
Dang, I knew he'd be going for it too. I'm gonna lure him into a false sense of security, thinking we can save some tire, and then I'm gonna try to blow past him. Unless he's just going for it right now, because there's only 15 to go. I don't want to try to fight him right
The
now,
next car's the leader.
because I do think... Do you think he can outduel me? Nah, he's just going for it, I think. What's my next plan, then? Hope we save tires better and then get a caution. If I go any softer, this 8's gonna catch me, though. I definitely used more tire fighting him before. That last run. I really do not want this 8 to get around me. It's a little tight. Which again is probably a result of running in that second lane the way I did.
Caution, yellow flag. They
Hey,
want
we'll
you
have
in
another
single
shot at
file.
it, but we're gonna have to
Pit
do
road
it
is
from
closed.
P2.
Extra one car.
It's gonna be the first time in about a year plus I've had to start P2.
Big thank you to the guy who just drilled me in the back straight.
If we can get a good restart though and somehow get to his outside, maybe? I feel like he's just got a better tire advantage right now though.
Miles per hour. The base car is in, turn 2.
couple more wrecks to end this race, but we did have a really nice run to start it off. I mean, kind of. No, we didn't. We got like 18 laps in, and then we got another like 18 lap run, or a little longer than that. But it hasn't been constant caution,
This
so...
is one of the better races I've been in. A lot of guys know what they're doing. You can race hard and not wreck each other. Checking up entering 3.
How many laps are we going to have to go?
10-4. I was sitting pretty good and then kind of got in a bad spot and overdrove like 5 corners in a row.
I am curious what the green-white checkered rules are. I should have checked that before coming in. I didn't think to. Because I know those things can change, because those are set with the schedules, aren't they? Like, or that's something iRacing can change on a season basis?
Pit road is closed.
Same with like the double file, single file restarts, how many green, white checkers, or if any you get, stuff like that. I think that changes, that can change, so even if I remembered how we restarted a year ago, I don't know if that would still be the same.
Rarely am I bad.
You had the
I
position
feel like
when the
I got
yellow
good
flag
race.
came out.
I have to do a little bit of this.
Week 13, I
Do you think they'd let me put my window net down so I can see better?
better than to try to do any races, but wanted to race that ARCA car.
I did an ARCA race before this and fucking destroyed my safety rating, man. I got DQ'd. Freaking 18 X's.
I think you just go for it at this
I've
point
done 2
with
this
about,
week. I've had good runs.
what are we going to have,
but
9
good
laps to
group.
go when we
Oh, it
restart?
was horrible, man. I was running like 4th or 5th, something like that, and I just kept on getting hit by people. It was terrible.
I've been wrecked in every ARCA race except for one.
Yeah, it sounds like those ARCA races are not going well for people. We're at Charlotte right now, and the draft is super strong in those new ARCA bodies, so it's keeping everybody really close together. And Charlotte can get narrow sometimes, especially if you've got a ton of people. Then you got no cautions, and a new car. Sounds like people are having some wreck-fest races. Then throw in that netcode issue it's having into the mix.
Got 10 laps to go.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Frustrated.
I'll give it a try though if they fix the netcode thing.
Had some decent runs in trucks.
But the thing that's happening is people are like brushing the wall, and then it'll like prediction code that they're slamming into the wall and flinging off of it, and then it affects people around them, and it's kind of ugly, so might have to wait. Because I don't want a race to be ruined by something like that, you know? It's one thing if you've got someone making a mistake or something, but whenever you got, like, the computer making issues, the network connection having issues that causes problems, that's just a huge bummer, so... Man, there he paces up the pace car's buttocks.
Behind all these Mustangs.
Far cry from what I was doing, leaving some space to the pace car. We do have to start behind him a little bit, though, because we can't be ahead of him at the restart.
We race it out.
The leader has control. Maintain the pace speed until the start zone, then go.
Watch the tires, boys. Keep it clean.
Green, green, green. Pit road is now open.
Alright, about as good as I could hope for, I think. I'll restart here. I really hope I don't have to do that again. Maybe try to push it there. Well, we'll run some fast laps here, see what happens. Do a little bit of a cut down line. I feel like the track's a bit cooler, a couple lanes higher on entry.
Come on, 25.
Don't wreck, please. I really do not want to restart P2 again. That's slick up here, don't like that.
You're not clear.
Oh, not clear. That means the wrecking.
We're setting the pace.
Another cut.
Stay green,
Yellow
please.
flag is
No!
out. Line up, single
Oh my
file.
god, I
Yeah,
hate
my
starting
bad.
pit
I
two.
didn't see you for the last second.
I pushed it really hard there too. It's only gonna make it harder to restart.
That's what happens sometimes. Keep my nose clean the whole race.
I'm a little messy
I
into
know you
this
didn't
race.
mean to, man,
Unfortunately,
but
I
was
can't
all
make
way
this
against
more
the
interesting
wall.
for Larry. He's got it in the bag.
I'm
As soon as he
tired.
got that
Race car speed is
track position back,
61 miles per hour.
it was
Hey, good
over pretty
racing
much,
there,
I think.
Justin. I don't know why these lap
That's
cars
why I
are trying
fought so
push
hard
us
to try to
through
keep
wide
it.
and stuff.
My mistake was letting him get to the outside, but
I appreciate that apology.
again, I just didn't want to block, you know?
Hey, 18, didn't you just split, or didn't you just get take out the caution before this one?
Yep, I hit the wall and got smashed into from
Pit road's
behind.
open.
So yes, I had a pit stop on the last thing, but it made the thing faster.
Alright,
I've gone
time to
from the
pit
back
the tires,
of it
right?
And those laps.
Can you
on
imagine
me.
someone
Good
putting
luck, boys.
tires on right now, flying past everybody?
Yeah, we're done.
Mach
I don't know how
12.
many still left running, but you talk about
I don't know
that
how
too
much it
quick.
would matter at this point.
I think
Don't
the
have
back
much
half
time
was
left,
damaged
but-
because some of those guys are going so slow. I had a big panic and I nearly ran up the back of them.
At least if I don't completely mess this up, we should be able to get ourselves a P2, I think.
15 lead lap.
Closed. Pit road is closed. We're in a great spot for some hardware.
But hey, you know what? If I can put up a fight to a 9,000 I rating driver, I feel like I can give myself a thumbs up for that.
Say again?
Right? I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, man.
Especially
it was,
taking a year
it was
off.
a good call for us to stay
This is
that
probably the
tired.
hardest I've raced since coming back.
Yeah, I just put mine on.
Might look back and, probably off camera, but look back and see when we were racing side by side, make sure I'm giving enough room. Stuff like that.
Dang, so
Just making sure I have the feel for it back again, or else I'm gonna end up causing wrecks if I'm in other
Alright, let's
people's
keep it
lanes.
clean, boys. Please.
We will have 3 to go when we go green, pending any yellows. Don't know what the rules are, but we will adapt as necessary, I guess. We're gonna have to watch out for the tire spin again. I did feel it a little bit on that restart. Yeah, you feel it a little bit.
Anybody click on
One to
gas?
go. Next time by. Line up on the outside.
Alright.
Not even close. I've got
Let's
like
get
an
this
extra
thing
14
finished.
laps. All these post laps we've had.
So I can find out that my recording didn't work or something stupid. That's how it usually goes. Hopefully you're hearing this,
I've got 10, but
so I can
I'm
upload something
a lot
for the
later
first
than
time
this.
in
Feels
freaking
better,
forever.
man.
I kind of had the idea of like maybe I could go back through some of my old races and cut out some highlights and put them on like YouTube Shorts or something. Like some of my like super exciting finishes. Probably not a bunch of them, but that would be a
What
fun
you
way to
want me to
have
do?
some of my favorite
You wanna
moments
go on
I've
the
ever had on
side or
iRacing.
side?
Be able to put them on Shorts or whatever
Hey, you
and
run the
access
race,
them
man.
easily to show
The
friends
race.
and family and stuff if I
Don't move
want.
out of the way. It's my job to get around.
I've had some fun moments here in my recordings.
I don't know, sometimes it can flow better, like how they
Maybe
have
we'll have
it
another one
on.
coming up right now.
Sometimes it's just, I just am trying to prepare.
When I
so
have a
wouldn't-
perfect restart,
so we
fly
can
around the
flow
outside
better.
of Larry. We have a photo finish.
Nah, you're good.
And,
brother. Can't pass anybody until we
Pigs
start
fly
flying
over
anyway,
the
so.
racetrack. Wouldn't that be
Alright,
something?
tires are going to be squirrely.
Make sure I'm giving myself a
The
good
leader
start
has
here.
control. Maintain the pace
Race
speed
car,
until
just
the
left.
start zone. Then go. Green flag. Pit road's open.
A little bit wily there.
The gap to Duke behind is now 0.2.
Let's keep it green, guys. Why is there a guy sitting in the middle of the track? No grip, no grip. That was not what I wanted. Tried that higher line.
You've got 2
Where's
laps
this guy
to
gonna
go.
be?
2 to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
Milk duds. Delicious. Please don't
Stay
go.
high.
Car outside.
3 laps
Clear
behind.
outside if you want it. White
Thanks, man.
flag
Appreciate it.
inside.
Alright.
Alright, Colton, 1 more to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
Try something different here. Driving real hard.
The gap behind is now
Nothing really happening there. Driving real good. Good win, man. Good race. Ah, you got it.
Great race. Very fun.
We're on the podium.
For a little bit
Alright,
Let's
that's
take a
the end of the
flag.
session.
I knew I was in trouble if you got the track position, but couldn't hold you off.
What the hell happened at the last corner there? Someone just diving and using other cars for brakes, was it?
Alright, though. We got ourselves a P2. We had a clean race.
29 cars right in front of 16 swerved out last second. I could not see him, so yeah, use my brakes.
Got the old grape, but that's not, nothing's changed there.
Diving inside.
Rotten grape this time, sitting out for so long. 87, 86 at the end. Didn't get too many laps on him, so not too surprising. Finished just about a second behind him. And we will go check the incidents as well. Don't want to forget that. I do remember how to do it, which is great. Get the angle right. Here's that start. So I guess maybe I wasn't necessarily to his inside. It's tough because you don't. The crew chief takes a nap at the first couple feet of the race, but he wasn't cutting it off completely. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna peek down here, see if he lets me have it, and he did. Plenty of room actually. Could have gone up a little higher, but I didn't really need to.
That was ridiculous.
So, let's see what happened during this race. We got the 22 on lap 1 getting loose and finding that yellow banana wall. Whoa! That was kind of crazy. Got a car flying past there. They might have gotten damage from it. Whoa. Trying to find this guy. Coming through. That was a scary moment for him. Ooh. Don't know if that actually counted or not for him, but definitely a scary moment as they slide down into the infield grass, but out of the way so it didn't cause an actual yellow. Got Sterling Marlin here on lap 2 behind the Nerd's car, finding some wall. Oh, that was a guy that just missed that guy. I wonder if he does have nose damage and maybe that affected his handling. 18 coming up behind Ricky Bobby and finding the wall. Sorry I don't use people as actual names, by the way. I just see their paint scheme and I'm like, alright, good enough. First name that comes to my mind when I see the paint scheme. Like, this is Ricky Grape. Oh no. 18 in the wall, and looks like they pull it off the wall. You got the body that likes to stick to the wall, so you get people that turn their wheel hard left to get it off the wall, and then they kind of slide to the left. Gets the 3 a bit. 3 had some bad luck, I think, because he's obviously a good driver. He's the number 3, 4,500 iRating, and he obviously lost a lot of track position there. Where did he finish? Yeah, he finished all the way there in 27, so he had some bad luck. Oh my gosh, what is happening? So, 26 gets to the wall-in entry, sticks to it as we were talking about. The good old duct tape car. And he comes all the way down and hits Ricky Bobby. That's some major damage on those cars. That's probably why we were lapping the 21 later. Ooh, 19. It looked like he realized he was in the path of that slow car and maybe overreacted a bit. Came up into the wall. More wall on entry, and that will not make for a good corner. Again, you've got, it's interesting, I've seen this a couple times now. So you've got the 14, he's coming up on the 5, and he's realizing that he's coming up behind him. And I think what I've been seeing people do is they turn their wheel to the right, and you just can't really do that in the middle of a corner, because this is what happens if you do. You just kind of lose all of the... Pardon my lack of car knowledge, but it's like the weight of the car shifts, and all of a sudden you're not making the corner anymore. Even the tiny little bit of wheel that you kind of changed there, you see the shift happens right there, and then all of a sudden you're just not making the corner anymore. You don't have the angle. So I think, you know, what he might learn is, instead of turning the wheel right, kind of keeping it steady, just lifting a little bit more, so that way you don't run into the back of him. Like, it's okay to lift there. Especially with these cars, they got some power. You'll get back up to speed in no time, and you won't end up in the grass like this. Far worse outcome than just lifting a little bit, and, you know, easier to say after the fact. Holy cow, is he about to just get plowed into the back of? I don't know. Maybe not, because we didn't see it on the incident, but that guy was coming up fast behind him. So we got some wall hits. Wow, that's a lot of speed. You're taking the high line through the corner. Kind of. Entered with a lot of speed, though. They're really struggling. They're even having trouble on the front stretch here. They KO their car. And they look like they want to give up. Which I guess is what they do right there. Do we get a caution from this? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't remember when the first caution was. It was right around this time, though, so maybe a caution did come out from that. Contact on pit road? Nope. Almost, though. Luckily, those cars were intangible. We got paranormal cars in the pits. Then we've got ourselves a restart of chaos. Already off the pace here, the 6 is. Oh, this is whenever he didn't have the tires. That's when I just kind of patiently went around him. 12. Decides he's going to go low around him here. Kind of didn't have a choice because the 15 was out there, so they were really just struggling to get around him. 6 turns down into him. So that would be on a 6 there. But they're okay so far. I guess they made it. Some wall hits, maybe? They're having some weird netcode stuff going on. I don't think they had the best connection because they're about 3 feet away from the wall and they're still getting prediction code as if they're touching it. Dented milk dud right there. 13 gonna get some wall. Nope, more netcode. We skip by a few of these because only so many times we need to see the 26 get in the wall. Single car incidents, not too much to talk about. 5 there on entry. 23 gonna get some wall. Oh, here's a multi-car incident. That's no good. So, 6 had saved that set. He was going to be in a great spot if he were able to survive until later. But unfortunately, it looks like the 26 gets loose out there, and that's going to do some serious damage to his Lowe's machine. He could have been blowing past both of us at the end of the race if that didn't happen. Who knows? Unfortunate for him. Wall on the straight. Nothing there, I guess. Might be showing this 6 because their tires are in bad shape. We've got the yellow out here already. And here's what it's for. 21 is a lap car. And the 9 kind of just runs into him. I mean, he's not really picking a line there. He's drifting up in the middle of the track, but I feel like the 9 didn't have to run into the back of him there. I feel like he had plenty of opportunity to find a different path. Las Vegas is pretty wide, but regardless, Ricky Bobby is on fire. Oh my lord, that was a big hit. What happened here? Who was that? Somebody took a shot. I think it was the 29. Yeah, he just guns it up and slaps the apron and then KOs that 29 on the wall. Oh, and then comes down and hits the 23 a bit. Kind of just wrecking ball bouncing off of everybody. Got some conage. Is that a penalty? I don't know if that's a penalty if you go below the cone on exit. I don't know if I would want to test that, though. Here's the restart. Okay, we're going to watch this. Because this is the restart we had. The whole front row was on old tires. Oh, that was farther back than I thought. That might have been a bit excessive. I figured they were going to be doing exactly that, so that's why I hung back a little bit but that was probably a little bit too much. You know what? I probably thought that was hilarious, what I was doing. I blame the inexperience, or the lack of recent experience, at least. Probably shouldn't have been doing that. Oops. Let's pretend that didn't happen. But regardless, I wanted to leave some space exactly for the reason here, so I could go around the outside as they spun their tires. Wiggled around a bit. We did get a caution here in a second. Not sure what from. Looks like it's going to be the 28. Getting the wall. Coming off of it. Getting the wall. Coming off of it. Across the whole track. Somehow, everyone survives. Temporarily. Ooh, that's scary. I guess everyone's okay for now. We're going to get a caution, though. I remember we got one pretty quick. 18 gets loose. Down the track. Still no cars sideways or backwards, though. Oh, that was sketchy. Oh, and then he clips the 13. 13's going for a ride. He ramped a bit there. Uh-oh, he's coming back to the track. And that probably was a yellow. Right? Yeah, probably. Alright, so lap 61. 21, Ricky Bobby wants to go fast while under yellow. That's in character. Damaged cars coming up on the incidents for no reason. Big wall hit for the 18. 18 became acquainted with that wall a couple times this race, and that's going to burn him pretty bad here as the 14 finds him because he comes down the whole track. That might have been a yellow right there. Ooh, if it wasn't before, this definitely is. Yep, there we go. That is a banana flag any day of the week. So that caused that one. Then I believe we've got one more caution coming up, and there it probably is. Milk Duds. Ooh, gets clipped, the 9. That was unlucky for the 9. Innocent bystander as those two came together there. Looks like he's just fine, and then the 10 comes all the way down the track, and that is a heavy hit. Thank goodness for those safer barriers. Into the 10's race. He almost made it to the end. Poor guy. 17, haven't seen much of him this race, but oh, I know what's happening here. He's trying to get the lucky dog, and Nerds guy just wants to shake things up and block him from doing that. Probably just not paying attention to the let him by on the outside. Of course, I don't think the 17 needed to go in guns a-blazing either. Final restart. A bit of an awkward one. 18's making a pass before we even go green. They're 3 wide. Ooh, he might have got a penalty. Passing the 15 there. Or no, he's on the same row as the 15th, so he should be okay. But that 28 got a very, very bad restart. Take it going. Final corner of the final lap. Oh, netcode, that sucks. I thought I heard someone mention something about netcode. So we've got, coming around the corner here, 3 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide. And that's unfortunate because I think they might have been okay otherwise, but 13's yawing it out. Netcode gets them bad. That's very unfortunate. Ooh, we got a big hit here. Unfortunate, because these couple of drivers, they were having decent races. And it all comes to a screeching, crashing halt at the end. A couple more cars ending up in the scrap heap. Oh no, you can do it, come on! Oh no! Did they just give up right there? You were so close. Oh well, they'll still finish the first car 1 lap down. And that is the results. The results of the race. We get P2. We put up a bit of a fight to Larry. That's all you can really ask for. Let's watch the pass for the lead, I guess. One of the final things we can look at before we call it a day. Here it is right here. So I saw him. I saw him take that higher line through 3, and I knew he was going to have a big run. But I see he's pretty close, and I know what he's going to try to do. So I could have like moved up the track here, blocked him. I don't like doing that. And even if I do try to do that, he's just going to cut low here, and he probably can do a slide job on me. And either way, I think the result is the same. He's going to make his way around me. And that's all she wrote for that one. I kind of figured once he got around me that was going to be it. But we fought it for a little bit. Still get ourselves a P2. And had ourselves a fun race. It's going to be back. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to grab myself a thumbnail here. I'm going to... listen. I'm just now getting back. I am going to grab myself a thumbnail here and upload a darn video. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.